After sailing 3,780 nautical miles from Germany to Cape Verde, it's finally time to cross the Atlantic. But first, we had to get the crew and the ship in shape. These repairs and preparations took us a month, but we spent some of that time exploring the amazing island of São Vicente. In our last episode, we sailed 1,058 nautical miles from the Canaries to Cape Verde. Sea Falca was a bit battle-worn, so we immediately began making repairs. The most urgent item on the list was repairing the engine. More than 600 miles from Cape Verde, we found a crack in the casing of our heat exchanger. We found a repair shop in Mindelo that was able to begin working immediately on this major repair.
When we got here, of course, our biggest concern was the engine. We didn't want to do the Atlantic crossing without a functional engine, and we also didn't know if spare parts were available, if spare parts were even necessary, or if we could find a workshop that could fix it. So luckily, we could find a workshop that could fix it, and they did a really good job. They welded it real well, so I'm pretty confident it will not crack again, at least not in the same spot. And that's very important, especially for the new route that we're planning.
Some of our time in port was spent working for our clients. This is always the case when you have full-time jobs while sailing. But with almost a month in port, we took some time to explore and enjoy the beautiful scenery and the colorful and vibrant culture of Cape Verde. Our long list of tasks we needed to complete before we could cross an ocean continued to grow, so we continued to work hard. See all this?
It's not a whole lot, huh?
It's a pretty good bit. So I'm putting the no slip stuff in there, so hopefully everything's not rattling around when we're underway. Let's see if that works.
So you might be a little bit surprised that we heading south now to Brazil instead of due west to Barbados. We had that change in plans because we figured if we would continue to our original route to Alabama, we would need to rush through the Caribbean, which would be a shame, and afterwards we would be trapped in the hurricane belt during hurricane season, which is also, we thought, is not a good idea. So, and on top of that, Michelle and I really want to see South America, and we want to cross the equator, and we want to cruise the Amazon maybe a little later. So the decision was not difficult to take to change our route, and we charted the course to Brazil. And again, this makes it makes the engine trouble that we had even more significant, because if we have to cross the equator, we have to cross the so-called intertropical convergence zone. So this is the doldrums. This is an area, widespread area with no wind, and we might be forced to use the engine a few days. And if we don't have an engine, we might be sitting on the ocean for longer than we want to.
Before we could leave Cape Verde, we had one more task to complete. We spotted some wild loggerhead turtles swimming just off the shore on a private beach, and we spent a beautiful afternoon playing with them. It was the perfect way to end our time in Cape Verde. Our ship and our crew are now fit, and we have explored this lovely island. So now we are ready to cross an ocean. In our next episode, find out what it's like to cross the Atlantic, to sail across the equator, as we make our way into Brazil. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Please read our online logbooks for more details about all of our adventures.